Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I want to give y'all's one tool, one glimpse, one something that I really hope we don't ignore. Let me just grab the link. There we go. Can you hear me? Can you see me as we come in? This wasn't scheduled, so I'm sure it'll take a while for somebody else to come in. But I want to have a convo. I'm going to be going live a lot more because I think when the markets are volatile and scary, people make poor decisions. Remember, the more, let's say this, if you were excited with crypto DeFi when Bitcoin was, let's just say, $100,000, remember that the lower the price of, in this instance, Bitcoin, or the more the markets bleed, your asymmetry only goes up. Your chances of multiplying your net worth, not your chances, the multiple of which you can multiply your net worth only goes up. The trophy and success goes to he or she who can stay excited long after that initial burst vanishes. That has been so true for me. And what I really just want to double down and keep repeating, and I know only a few will hear this, but the most amount of money I've ever made was during the last bear market. When the 200 week was pretty close to where we are now, when the net unrealized P&L was close to where we are now. I don't think we found the bottom yet, but when it was close to where it is now, it is when I doubled down my investing, doubled down my business building, doubled down my creating, doubled down on everything. And that, like when I tell you that I saw a 8x, close to 9x multiple on my net worth, I'm I'm hoping to just, and no meme coins, by the way, all blue chip plays, nothing fancy. And that opportunity is starting to exist for people. And I would just I would I would urge you to look beyond the, I'll say it this way. I know in my I I've been doing this close to 13 years now, which I know isn't a lifetime, but it's a long time. It's over a decade. I have been making contrarian plays, contrarian bets, going against the grain, and I will tell you, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I have trained myself that when fear and doubt start coming up, and when I know everyone else is feeling the same, it's like a signal that that's the opportunity. If I can just step when no one else is stepping, if I can make the play when no one else is willing to make the play, my my reward greatly goes up. When I'm stepping when everyone else is stepping, and when I'm making the plays when everyone else is playing, the reward drastically decreases. The ratio decreases. I want to place asymmetric bets consistently over and over. I started doing that in my late 20s. That's an asymmetric bet. That's an asymmetric bet. That's an asymmetric bet. The rewards far outweigh the risk. The logic too. Are we here? Can you hear me and see me? Do we have anyone? I see people popping up. Today I'm using the native platform. So I was using a streaming software, but it wasn't allowing people to comment. It was all glitchy and weird. So I'm just using YouTube natively today, but I can only see so much. So please do let me know if you can hear me and see me, first of all. And let me know if you're in the room. I'm going to be giving out something today, by the way. So do show up because I want to give it to you. It's free, no email, nothing like that. But hopefully it gives you some optics and some clarity. It'll allow you to zoom out and, how could I say it? Come to your own conclusion of where we are in this cycle and where the real opportunity lies. So get engaged. I don't like talking to, there is a lot of power in getting involved in the conversation instead of passively listening. We live in a world and a time where we're scrolling, so everything is talking at us. I just don't want I don't want that to be what we do, both in the UIG, on this YouTube, on social. I don't want it to just be something that we just mindlessly consume because I think we're all over that. Let's get involved in the convo. Thanks for reading the book. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We have a part 2 coming out, which is really exciting. More around a bigger frame, bigger view of investing, a little bit of entrepreneurship in there, and how I've thought about it over the last decade, and how it's turned into a eight-figure plus net worth. And I'm hoping, not hoping, I see an opportunity to triple, quadruple, if not 8x it again this cycle, this upcoming cycle, both through the technology that is starting to exist for us, and also through crypto, DeFi, and alternative investments, which I think there is a massive opportunity. There's also a huge wealth transfer happening right now. I see. I hope this is valuable. I didn't really plan on talking about any of this, but um, I hope we get something from it. Let me just open this up. Maybe this will drive my point home. I see. Okay, bop. There we go. Just pretend this is a funnel. Our job as investors, as wealth creators, as legacy builders, as freedom seekers, as insert whatever word you want. Let's go from Australia, is to position ourselves ahead of the waterfall. And when the waterfall comes, when the opportunities are coming, we're already there with our funnel out. We are just funneling some of that momentum our way. It's what a business does. You can almost think of it like there's a big highway, or maybe you have the foresight to know that, hey, they are building this major highway. Pro- can I draw on this platform? Come on, YouTube. All right, you can see I'm not I'm not a master YouTuber here, but we've got a highway. Just imagine like this part of the bookshelf that's coming across the screen as a little road. It's a single lane, tiny little road down some dusty desert, and there's a massive casino or a massive city being built here, and you know that in the next few years they want to expand this highway into a 4 lane, 5 lane, whatever. And so the land there is dirt cheap, and you decide to buy land by that highway and build a rest stop, guest stop. Where was I? I was in Texas. I was driving from. I met up with Colin, and we were driving from Texas, from not Austin, not Frank. What city was this? Anyway, 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 city in Texas. We were driving to Austin, and there was this crazy big ass gas station that apparently is just huge, especially in Texas. It's like this massive, I don't know, like it had everything there. Anyway, Colin said it's like a thing. I forget what it's called. Anywho, maybe y'all's know. But you had the foresight. You built the gas station, or you built the big rest stop. You've got your vendors, your hot dogs, your things, and your rest stop, and all that. And you build it there, and you are positioning yourself ahead of the wave of traffic, so you can just collect. Pretty simple. Most don't do that. They wait, they wait, they wait. The highway gets built, and now all these attractions start coming, and then they get excited. They rush to it, and they try to build something. They try to do something. It's already too late. To maybe they'll see some success, but they don't see the life changing results that the innovative guy or gal with vision, guy or gal with some patience sees. I've always thought, and where I learned this lesson, I hope this is valuable too. Where I learned this lesson is I was maybe like 23, 24. No, I was 25. I was 25, and I quit the rigs. I was trying to make my way through the world, trying to build success, etc. By the way, if you're liking any of this, make sure you like it. And all I ask this YouTube channel, we want to just keep doubling, tripling down on value. The only thing I ask, if it's not too big of an ask for you, if you've consumed value, if you've gotten value from this channel, like, engage. It helps the algorithms. And if you do have someone that you think this channel or this video or this live or any content could help, share that piece of content, share this live in your community. Let's keep building a really cool YouTube community. 100,000 subscribers is our goal. To me, it's not a subscriber number. It's 100,000 lives and human beings we are making hopefully some form of an impact on, and it's free, which is pretty cool. Technology, social media, all that can be used for good. It doesn't have to be used for comparison and for doom scrolling and making yourself feel worse about yourself after you scroll because you compare yourself to everyone else. I want this to be a place that is like, oh shit, I can do this too. I've taken a sip, and now you can go and build success for yourself. Where was I? Anyway, Right. I was 25, quit the rigs, trying to make my way, and I was working my ass off. And I went to this it was a ecom thing. Yeah, it was an ecom thing. It was not early days of the internet, but it was early enough. And I went to this I don't know, this like seminar workshop thing. It was a day long thing. Paid a couple $100 for it. And outside was all of these really nice cars. Now, back then, just to give you context, I had zero money. I sold my car. I lived in a $500 basement suite, and I was riding a pedal bike. Like that was my reality at the moment. So you could imagine how, as a car guy, how big my eyes were when I saw all these cars out front. And I walk in, and I'm only like 20, maybe I was 26. I felt like old. And everyone there was insanely young people there. We're talking, 18, 19, 16. Like, they look like kids. Again, I'm 25, 26, so I'm not that old, but you get it. The perspective when you're 20 is like people out of high school. And a lot of them were driving these cars. They were making great money online. I was just like, "Huh." And, and I listened to one guy, and it was this small group. Anyways, just to skip to the end thing, he was saying how he was sharing about how he saw e-com, and there was some niche within e-com. I don't exactly remember, but he was like, I can just put in some effort, build something ahead of time so that when all of the attention starts coming to it, I'm just ahead of the curve. And he built like this multi-million dollar business in like a year. He was kind of like the star there. Everyone was talking about how successful he was, but he was just like, but he didn't say it this way. Now I understand it. I just positioned myself ahead of the curve. I was like, got it. I don't have to be the smartest. I don't have to be the fastest. I don't have to have a PhD. I don't have to have all that stuff. I don't have to be the best speaker. I don't have to be the best anything. I don't have to be the best investor. I don't have to be the greatest. I don't have to have a 6,000 IQ. I don't have to have the access to the best technology. I just need to place myself in front of the curve, full stop. And I started doing that. So I was in fitness at the time, and I started moving a lot of the fitness biz. I was in fitness a year after, but I saw where online nutrition, online fitness, online biz was going. Investment wise, when I started discovering crypto DeFi, let me place my chips there. Same thing with the AI. But for crypto DeFi, I want to just place myself before the hype. And what we are seeing now, and just let me know if you want the link to this. I want to wrap it up because I do have somewhere to be. We just closed on a commercial property. Well, not closed. We offers accepted, and subjects need to be removed on March 7th. So I'm going in for a final inspection with a pro engineer because we're putting all these hoists, we're putting all these supercars in there, and then the office is up top, and we're going to start doing open office hours. So the door will just be open, and people can come learn wealth creation, this and that. And I'm going to make those events free, which is going to be pretty sweet. It's always been a part of my vision. I know it's a bear market, so there's not as much excitement for it, but I hope that I'm proof of what I'm actually saying. It's not just theory to me. I've been through these cycles. Every time excitement is low, it is when I double, triple down. Oh, let's build the biz. We just hired a COO. We have another we have another marketing guy coming in. We have a CSM. We have a head of AI coming in. It's like, let's spend it. Let's invest it. I'm doubling down on my investing right now in crypto. But we didn't lease. We bought an HQ. That's how serious I am about it. I'm just all in on um, capitalizing on, well, fear and people sitting on the sidelines. And I've just built my freedom, if you want to call it that, by stepping when no one else was. And it takes courage, but also the more reps you put in, the easier it gets. Even when you're afraid, you're like, I've done this 100 times. Let's step. Oh man, I get passionate about this stuff. Let me share my screen. Bam, boom, boom. Um, we created this. This isn't anything crazy, crazy fancy. It just shows two. By the way, and if you want this, just let me know. I'll zap the link after this live. It's showing you signal one, which is the 200-week moving average, signal two, which is the NUPL. I remember looking at this last time, and it's playing out pretty much exactly the same. And all we're looking at, because we are investors here, we're not traders. We zoom out. We take our time. We are patient. We position ourselves. Right now, Yeah, it's pulling the accurate price. All of this is working now. Pulling BTC price, showing you the 200-week moving average, the distance from the 200-week moving average. So how far we are, you can see that we like to bounce off the 200-week or hang out around the 200-week before seeing big upswings. And we can go back in time even further than this, and you'll see the story plays out over and over. And we also look at the NUPL score, which right now is a 0.15, might be a 0.16. This updates 24 hours later. And unrealized, yeah, 23%. It's actually lower right now. Again, this is 24 hours behind. So anyway, this is just a free tool we whipped up. Nothing crazy fancy, but what it's going through five it's going through an algorithm and pulling one of five. We are insane accumulation, prices near or under the 200-week moving average. NUPL is deep in fear, maximum asymmetry, deploy aggressively. Value window, which is where we are right now. Discounted entry, mid-cycle price, NUPL still in fear. High mid-cycle price and healthy sentiment, caution, euphoria. We all know we are in euphoria, way above the 200-week moving average. If you were excited about crypto DeFi here, keep that excitement alive. Just know that the lower this line goes, the lower, in this instance, BTC goes, of course, as kind of the index of the whole, the more asymmetry you have, the more upside you have, the more multiples you're sitting on. Don't just be excited. This is the freaking problem. I'm just going to end it here because I'm going to go on a bit of a rant if that's okay. Um, don't be one of those people. I mean, I I grew up without social media. That's wild to many people. I didn't have a phone till I was 22 or something. Everyone else had phones. I just didn't care. I'm like, why would I have a phone? Why would I remember when Facebook came out. It was like, why would I post my meal on Facebook? I knew Facebook was monetizing me. It wasn't until I got into business where I was like, oh, right, social media is a tool. Let me learn how to use it. But I have a son, so I'm just kind of like, how do I maneuver and navigate this world of social media with him? Because it's a world of comparison and never good enough, and everyone's trying to be on trend and do what everyone else does. And I'm like, there is so much freedom and life energy when you don't care what everyone else is doing. When you do your thing and you're not afraid to go against the grain. In fact, like I enjoy going against the grain. Like the less people are excited for crypto DeFi, the more revved up I am about. Let's write the books. Let's do the things. Let's launch the things. Let's get the HQ. I don't care if it's not popular. I don't need to be on trend. And it's not even about making money, which you'll find inevitably when you think differently than everyone else. When you take different actions, you end up making a lot more money. But the other thing is you're able to be true to yourself. There's a mm, authenticity is a higher. I was just chatting with a therapist freaking 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about I don't know if you. I don't want to get. I know YouTube isn't the best place to talk about this stuff. There's not a ton of interest, but Hawking's Map of Consciousness, great book to study. He's got a few books. Map of Consciousness would be a great one to start at. It's pretty deep and heavy. Just talks about living in alignment and being aware of where you spend most of your time energetically, and most is in fear and shame and doubt, and clearly it's obvious the end result of their life that is had. The reality is shaped around that. Some in live in opportunity, in excitement, in enthusiasm, in they're optimistic, they're moving up into like love and joy. And then there's authenticity, which tops pretty much all of them. It's one of the highest vibrations you can live in, one of the highest frequency, authenticity, true to you, building the things you want to build. Now, of course, there's monetization models and there's systems and structure and all that, but You're not out there trying to make money. You are out there living authentically, pursuing that which is important to you. Great. Systemize it, monetize it on the back end, but that's second. And I've always been a big believer of that, and it's worked out really freaking well for me. And I feel like I'm just getting started. This HQ is going to open up a lot of doors for um, personal brand. We're entering. Already been in talks. We've been deep in AI. We just haven't talked publicly about it because everyone else is talking about it. But we're integrating that into the UIG. AI group. We have a head of AI that will be leading that, also helping our company. We've already been deploying some insane tools. Again, we just haven't talked about it. I know everyone else is. We just haven't. And then we are also launching our creator slash kind of business monetization group, which really excites me because I love working with creatives and creators. And how do you monetize a passion? How do you live authentically, pursue the thing that is authentically you, build around it, and then monetize it in an online digital way, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way. I think that that space is projected to be, I think, 5 times bigger or something. It's massive over the next 4 or 5 years. So, um, so that all those things excite the crap out of me. So do anywho, all I'm getting at is there's gonna be a lot of really cool stuff built around it, but in the meantime, we don't touch on it too much when it comes to the LLC because every country and every state is so different. Up until a certain amount, it really doesn't matter. I've started so many businesses, so many things. I don't set up LLCs until the proof of concept or until it becomes big. Where I live, setting up an LLC for your investments is usually not optimal. Some places it is. ChatGPT can literally you just give Chat, you know, who you want it to act as, and the specifics, and then what's the outcome you're looking for. If you have $2,000 to available to invest, is setting up an LLC appropriate? Probably not. Could be. Don't know. We do have tax specialists that we bring in, and we also have a module on it from tax specialists. They do touch on it, but of course, it's easy to just chat that now. Um, and with $2,000 available, that is your education. You will not get ultra wealthy on $2,000. You will not get rich on $2,000, but you will get rich in um, the knowledge and the skills that you build with it, and multiplied over a period of time. And as you get more income, it's also why we have an income group. So we're bolting in an internal group, which that's super important. How you show up, the income group. How do we generate more income so we can feed our investment portfolio? And then the income group, and then how do we multiply our income with crypto and DeFi? That's UIG 2.0 launches. Early April is 2.0, the first kind of draft, and then April, May, and mid-May, UIG 2.0 will be fully released. Would you buy stock over the blockchain? Um, Brokerage like fees are there's more and more access to awesome opportunities in the traditional route. So I would ask yourself, why would you invest in said stock over the blockchain versus traditionally through all the apps that are available now? For most people, they say, "Oh, fee reduction," which is true, but or they are looking to it's more it's like building blocks. The DeFi is like a bunch of Lego, so it's not as rigid as traditional finance. So protocols can integrate with each other. So you can literally have equity or buy equities or buy coins, buy tokens, even get into LPs, have lending positions, and those are seen as assets, and then you can use them as collateral to open up access to more capital. And that's what's cool with DeFi. So if you're planning to do any of that, makes sense. If you're not and you're just looking to buy a stock and hold it, um, you'd really have to ask yourself what's the upside of doing it over the blockchain. And you may find that there's not for your situation, so then you wouldn't. I hope that helps. Maybe we'll do something like a Q&A once a week. I'm going to be doing lives every Tuesday, every Thursday, and then impromptu. I'm going to try to do them every day because I really enjoy them. We just hired a COO. He steps in on March 9th to take over the day to day, the operations. We've been looking for a CEO for a while. We were just looking for the right personality fit. We had a big restructuring of the team last year. There was certain team members that just simply were not aligned, great fits, and were kind of causing a lot of disruption. I had high hopes for one, but just wasn't the right guy. We have been bringing on a really freaking A player team, so we are going to be stacked. Like we've got probably the best team in terms of skill and head of AI. It's going to be a wicked position, and we already have someone kind of you know pretty much all the way there as like our pick. Wicked smart. Um, our fast track DeFi crypto coaches, I'd say, are some of the best in the way that they are able to take very complex topics and bring them into very succinct, simple to understand concepts. And then I just want to step into doing these every day and creating content for the UIG fast track, talking to the community, coaching, supporting, etc. Like that is going to be my job. And I'm stepping out of a CEO or even COO position. I'll still be in charge of vision and direction, but um, I just love this stuff. Build a business that serves you, even if it means you make less money. I'm telling you. I do not. Dior, I do not. Um, I don't, but people do. Yep. It becomes easier. You could do that in traditional finance too. It's just there's more involved. It's not as black and white, whereas DeFi is like a bunch of building blocks and protocols can be and different projects can integrate very easily together. So if you're looking to build a bit more of a layered or complex or leveraged or more capital efficient portfolio, then DeFi is awesome for that. It's one of the biggest upsides of DeFi. All right, beautiful. I'm gonna let y'all go because I do have somewhere to be here in the next half hour, so I have to prep for that. But happy investing. Do not slow down, double down. This is literally the time where the next year, if you can just stay locked in and not just chase the new shiny object, this is where wealth is built. If I look at the crypto chart, I can or just the markets overall, I could circle to you where I made the most amount of money, and it is literally when fear was the highest, and when boredom was the highest, and when everyone else was chasing shiny objects. I could circle to you. I didn't make the money that year, but I I I sowed seeds that turned into abundance in the future, and I'm seeing we're getting to the same place, and the same patterns are on display. Few will do. Can we commit, everyone who's watching, can you commit to being one of the few who is like, I get it. I'm going to work through the fear. Just say yes in the comments. I'm going to work through the fear and I'm going to make something of this opportunity because this opportunity only comes around every once in a while. When everyone is running, I'll step. When everyone is in fear, I'll step. I'm not saying put everything in. I'm not saying gamble. Even just double down on your education, like double down on watching and listening and just stay locked in. That's what I'm getting at. Those who do will reap the rewards. And every time this happens in the markets, it's not just crypto DeFi. Everyone else says, yeah, but it could be over. It could be over. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if I don't care what it is. And then when everyone is at insane highs about something, they're like, oh, it'll go on forever. Mm-hmm. Totally. Be collective 24. Agreed. All right. Awesome. Appreciate y'all's. DeFi will be DeFi $2 trillion market cap for all of crypto and DeFi overall, just the whole crypto space is a joke. We are so early to see 10 and 20 and 30 and $50 trillion is not a stretch. So you position yourself now, and I love blue chips and blue chips protocols for that because it kind of encapsulates the entire ride. You get almost all exposure just between BTC and ETH. You get exposure to the whole ecosystem. Something to think about, depending how hands-on or hands-off you want to be. All right, beautiful. I got to get out of here. I'll take photos as we build out our HQ, and I would love to do some kind of like event launch where people, I'll, literally the doors will just be open. We're gonna have a great time and do some cool stuff. So I will be sharing with y'all's as that is built out. Make sure that you at Lucas Rubix. I haven't been that active on Instagram, but I'm starting to a little more. If you do want to ever send me a DM or connect in any way, shape, or form, I will be on Instagram. We have a second book coming out and some really cool projects coming out with some really freaking smart people and some really cool people. Build epic stuff with epic people. It is a good philosophy to live by. Build epic stuff with epic people. And no matter how smart someone is or how much someone brings to the table, if they're not epic, if you want to hang out with them, don't say yes to the opportunity. I've learned those lessons the hard way. Let's go. Yes, I will. I'll have to do it after this live because there's one final touch we're still making. I'm just waiting for the updates on it. Should be done by Friday. But yes, we're going to be going through the chats and sending out links. Promise you that. All right. Appreciate y'all. We'll talk soon. Thanks for being here. Yep. See ya. Yep. We'll